Hello, everyone. This is Robin.
And Reyes.
Amazing. Right.
Amazing Race.
We are excited to come to you again this week with some new content, new info on something that's near and dear to me, and I know Raya as well. And it's how to lead with love. So, before we get started, we always like to share kind of why we're doing this, why we even created this YouTube channel. And it was really for the purpose of providing and being a source of light and hope and inspiration to anyone who wants to build a successful and sustainable home based business, and through this vehicle, create a life that they've always imagined.
And y'all, we really hope by sharing these tips and these trainings that we help everyone in your sphere of influence truly achieve wellness in all four pillars of health.
Absolutely. So, we are going to just jump right in. I'm going to talk to you guys about how to lead with love. When you're building a network marketing business, you are creating a voluntary army. Okay. People don't have to do this.
Mhm.
People can step in, they can step out. You are not their boss, right? Um, and ultimately, people are going to stay because they want to stay. And so, what I have found in this business, as far as just leading people well, is that you can never go wrong with love, right? God is love. So, you can never go wrong with just loving people well and meeting them where they're at.
Mhm.
And a lot of times it's difficult because this business can be emotional for some people. There are definite highs and there are definite lows, and this is a cyclical business because it is sales. But it's also a relationship business, and so you're dealing with lots of different personalities, and it takes patience and kindness and all the fruits of the spirit, y'all. Which is why we start and end with scripture, because it takes a lot of you being your best self and being who God created you to be for you to be able to lead people of that different and that vast just array of the different personalities and Enneagram types and all that good stuff. It takes a lot to do that well and to pull it off long term. It does, because it's so massive when you get to build a big organization like Ray and I have, thousands and thousands of people. And so, what I found early on as far as leading people is like people will they won't care until you show them that you care. They don't care about the money. People will work harder for praises than they will raises. They need to know that you have something invested, that you're investing in them,
Mhm.
which is why I'm super huge on personal growth. I'm super huge on making people feel appreciated. Just last night, we did a really fun PJ party. We had a launch, a limited time offer launch for a holiday line that Plexus came out with. And we were all super excited about it, but it didn't launch until midnight. And there are a lot of people that we have on our team that are on the East Coast. There's some people that just, they go to bed early, they retire at 9:30. And there was a part of me that was like, do we want to do this? Because I knew we were going to have our normal week for the rest of the week and how we do things on our team. But, I decided, hey, we need to do this because people love feeling like they're valued, that they're heard, that they're appreciated. And so we did this call. It was a ton of fun. It just got people, to let their hair down a little bit and look forward to this new product line that came out and sold out in 15 minutes. So that is just one small example of how you just show people that you appreciate them. Another way that I learned early on, that if I was going to lead a large group of people, and if I really more than anything wanted people to become the best versions of themselves, is really what we do. We're in the people development business. If I wanted someone to reach their full potential, I had to be willing to step out of my comfort zone and have hard conversations with people. So it kind of ties into what we talked about last week when we
Mhm.
were saying, when Ray was referring to peeling back the layers of the onion and being willing to push people a little bit further, and not just accepting what they say, right? Ask those questions, be curious, dig a little bit deeper. Because a lot of times, what people will feed you, the information they'll feed you, it's just surface level information. It's not digging deep enough to really understand why they're saying the things they're saying or why they're doing the things that they're doing. And so, all of those things are part and parcel to simply leading people with love, because I cannot tell you the number of times I've had conversations, Rhea, with people who I didn't really know any well. Like, it's what we call in our business called tap rooting. So anybody that's not your level one, and even people that join your business, right, that you don't really know, but they're your level ones. You have a lot of people
Yeah.
on your team like that, right?
Mhm,
Where
mhm.
they just are attracted to you because they've seen your posts. You kind of know them peripherally through family members or friends or whatever. So they're not really your friends. They're just friends on Facebook or social media. And they end up joining your team. And so it's this process of getting to know that person and leading that person, but at the end of the day, there are countless numbers of people that I didn't know very well, but I would hear fear in their voice, or I would hear hesitation in their tone, or I would hear them say kind of key words that were red flags to me that this person wants this, but they don't believe enough in themselves to even go further than this conversation. And so that's when I started digging deeper and asking those questions. Was I taking a risk in asking those harder questions of people that I honestly didn't even know? Probably I was. But what I have found over and over and over again, and this is almost foolproof, y'all, is that every time I was willing to push myself out of my own comfort zone and dig deeper with that person ends up respecting and valuing you more than you ever would imagine.
Mhm.
Because honestly, guys, people aren't used to being challenged in that way as adults. They're
Mm.
not. I mean, they're used to being surrounded by a lot of people who tell them what they want to hear, and if they're, mama bear, they're head of household or whatever, they're used to nobody telling them anything besides their boss, that they accept that because, and usually it's just about work. It's not about their personality or their character or their belief systems or whatever. So you're digging really deep in a business like this that you really get that unique and special opportunity to help grow people in a way that they've never experienced before. So what do you think, Raya?
I, for me, I mean, I agree with everything that you're saying. It's so important. Um, and I can say that firsthand because going more so towards the leading with love and just like, having fun and making it and pouring into people and the appreciation side of it. For me, I loved being appreciated and being recognized. Because I had been, I'm a stay-at-home mom. And I'm still getting used to, like, I have to remind myself, actually, you're a work at home mom, because I'm working daily, and this is what I do. This is my business, my home-based business. But I was in sales before. I was in pharmaceutical sales, and I worked for these two big pharma companies, Eli Lilly and Aventis, Sanofi Aventis. And I was part of that Prozac Nation with Eli Lilly, and I was all, I had gotten recognition from them. And been sent to Hawaii with them, and top sales and all that kind of stuff, and that felt good. And then to go from that to being a stay-at-home mom, and when I started this, I had been a stay-at-home mom for like 11 years. um and to be like recognized and appreciated again, and even more so than I was when I worked for big pharma. Like, this is, it felt good. It felt refreshing, and I liked it. And I'm not gonna lie, like when I would earn, the monthly incentive, or I'd rank up, I'd be waiting to see like Robin Sullivan tagged you in, on my notifications. Cause I
Right.
really liked like being celebrated. It felt really good. And now I can say that and know nothing's wrong with me. But at the beginning, to say I like being recognized, and I am, one of my drivers is recognition, being recognition driven, and I know that nothing's wrong with that, and that is okay. And most people are, most people like that, even if they don't feel like they're recognition driven. But I mean, everyone likes that. Everyone likes to be
Yep.
recognized and appreciated. So just kind of going back more to it's to simplify it a bit for me, that was really important that Robin did that with me and with her team. And I see the importance of me doing that with my team. And I was very overwhelmed with my fast growth of my team early on. And Robin is really good about, she will mail you things, and congratulations and gifts and everything, like, I mean, immediately. And I remember at the beginning I was so overwhelmed with my growth, I would forget. And Robin was like, Rhea, you haven't done this yet? Oh my goodness, Rhea, you haven't sent them yet? And she looked at me like if we were on video FaceTime, you'd be like, or if we were in person. And I was like, I know, I felt so bad. And I realized when I started sending gifts, and I will, immediately recognize people on social media, on our team page and everything. But when
Right.
I started sending people gifts, and saw their reaction, and like people just love that. Cause I know my reaction. I loved it. I was like, oh, like who doesn't love that? And so that's kind of like the more, I guess, not definitely not superficial, but just the kind of daily tasks way of loving on people and pouring into people. The recognition and the love and the appreciation is just so important. And never ever discount that, because people will continue working with you, working the business, working for you, working together as a team, when they're like, this is a team, I'm loved, I'm appreciated, I'm recognized. And that
Yeah,
makes a big difference. That makes such a big difference.
it really, really does, girl. And I want to point out too that, guys, it does not have to be anything huge.
Mm-mm.
A lot of people think, oh, my business is small, and I only have like 3 teammates, and or only one of them works the business. Every rank I send a gift. Silver, gold, senior gold, ruby, every single rank I send a gift to my level ones. And I celebrate everyone on my team. Like there have been so many years that so we used to, my husband and I, we used to, not used to, this is pre-COVID. Every year we would do this big pool party and fish fry at our house. I would have events at my house all the time, Christmas parties, tons of opportunity events that I would host in my home for years and years and years. Really how I built my business, just old school. And then for leaders retreat, I would have gifts for my level ones, and I would do these things. And these are just examples of things that you can start doing in your own business, not you, Rhea, but just anyone who's listening and watching this. Um, Find a way to celebrate people who aren't hitting leaderboards,
Mhm.
who aren't, the top recruiter in your business, because there are people that keep my team afloat just in their sheer presence and positivity.
Mhm.
Truly. There are people that maybe they have a little bit of a struggle with, being the top person in recruitment, or they maybe just haven't found a ton of business builders. So they don't earn leaders retreat. But guess what? They're committed to this growth process. They're on every call. They're commenting on every post. They're welcoming every person to our team page. And those people need to be celebrated too. So for many, many months, I would do like a like a top engagement prize I would send to people. My business has scaled so big and so large at this point that I have a difficult time doing that. But just last night, we did that PJ party, gave away 5 fun prizes. Wasn't anything that broke the bank, but it was just fun things. Some of my favorite things that if I find it and I see it and I want someone to have it, I'll buy it and keep it in my gift closet and save it for a day like we had last night. And there's something about that. And the second and final thing is just a simple handwritten note.
Mhm.
People, that's like a lost art form.
It
Just
is.
writing your feelings and your thoughts on paper is something that people don't receive very often anymore. Everybody's in this world of sending an Amazon gift card, sending a digital card, all those things. But getting something, receiving anything in snail mail is a big deal. That's not in a box from Amazon, but it's from a
Mhm.
person. But also just writing a handwritten note. Hey, I appreciate you. I just want you to know how much I value you. That goes a long way with people. So just seeing people first, putting people before profits. It took me an incredibly long time to get to Diamond, y'all. But it was because I was not willing to compromise how I felt about how I wanted to lead my team. I knew I wanted to get people on the phone. It was going to take me longer to build it because I was talking to every single person that signed up. I knew that it was going to take me longer because I was not willing to give up on people that didn't want to give up on themselves. So I'm constantly doing coaching calls that last 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour and a half, hour and a half that normally I don't have. But guess what? If someone is willing to put their goals on paper and say, I want this, I want something better for myself and my family, the least I can do is pour any sort of wisdom or nuggets into them that they can then move forward and build a lucrative business over time. So, those are just some simple ways that we lead with love on our team. And honestly, Rhea, I think it's really what makes us so unique.
It is. It absolutely is. 100%. Agreed, agreed, agreed. Yep.
Yeah. So we hope that these nuggets and tidbits helped you in some way, maybe gave you some ideas or inspiration. And honestly, more than anything, just help you to know that you can never go wrong with loving people. Like there's no harm in that. So even if your business doesn't skyrocket in 12 months, newsflash, guys, that's not really why we're doing it. We're doing it because we want to love people with the love of the Lord. Like that's why we do what we do, right? We are more than ambassadors for Plexus. We are ambassadors for Christ. So that's why we share this. That's why we want to add value by even having this YouTube channel. So you guys have a great rest of your day. We're going to end with one of our favorite scriptures, and one of the reasons why we named this YouTube channel Robin and Rhea's Amazing Grace is from Hebrews 12:1 and 2. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a huge crowd of witnesses to this life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up, and let us run with endurance the race that God has set before us.
So until next time, y'all, God bless. And remember to always run your best race.
Yes. See you guys later. Bye. Bye, girl.
Bye.